Well, hello, welcome again to our reading of selections from Aeschylus's Prometheus Bound. And I got up to 298 last time. This is the second half of the first episode. In the earlier section, you'll recall that the Prometheus has given the chorus lots of information about what's going on, why he's in this state, and then invites them to leave their car and come down to ground level. Meanwhile, Okeanos appears and gave a speech we read earlier, which seems to be very encouraging and very nice and very sympathetic, at least at the beginning of this. And Prometheus' reaction, especially since Okeanos is a relative, Prometheus' reaction is rather extreme here. He says, "Ya tikrema." Ya is just a cry of yelling out, and tikrema, what is this thing? So what's going on here? And then he continues on with a number of questions. Kai sude ponon emon hekes epoptes. And have you, now the kai here is all definitely also, so have you also in fact come as an epoptes, a spectator? You can see that opt root there as a spectator of my troubles. Pos etolmesas, how did you dare? Lipon epon numon teruma, having left your eponymous stream. Well, of course, his name is Okeanos, is ocean, so having left the stream named after you, having left your eponymous stream and your pet trerefe, our toctitandra, and your, now this, you can see the rock root here. This is this orephos root of covered over. So your rock roofed, our toctit is something like self-produced, from that katisda root, self-founded, self-produced, i.e. natural. Antra is caves here. So your roofed over natural cave, to come to this land as ion, which is siderometora, literally a mother of iron, so hence iron producing, because Scythia was renowned for its iron. So how did you dare, having left your eponymous stream and your rock-covered natural cave, I think it's actually plural, but plural is a singular, to come to this this land which is iron producing? Now we have again introducing questions here. So was it, affixi is a perfect, second person singular, perfect from afhik neomai. The root of the main verb is hic, and then we get hixi with the sigma coming in here. So it's perfect, second person singular. So have you come, and it's a question, surely you have come as one being about to observe, being about to see, from theoreo, my misfortune. Well, literally fortune, but we would translate it as misfortunes here, I think. And sun askelon kakois. Now this is a funny verb here. Griffith says, and I think most of the other commentators agree with him, that this is a future participle from sun askalo with double lambda, and hence it's the usual future for liquid verb. It means to express indignation at. The verb only appears, if that's the case, then the verb only appears here. It could perchance also be just a present participle from sun askalao, an alpha contract verb, which has the same meaning, and that verb appeared back in line 243, so it was perfectly good verb. But anyway, I think we'll probably follow Griffith here and take it as the future participle. So, with the intention of expressing indignation at my troubles. So, surely you have come, being about to look at my misfortune and being about to express indignation at my troubles, or to share with me in being indignant in my troubles. Durku thiama. This is imperative from durkamai. We've seen that verb before, to look. Behold thiama. Behold this spectacle. We've had thea before, and now we get the other form, the other noun cognate with that, thiama, the spectacle. So behold this spectacle, the one who was the friend of Zeus, ton sun kataske santa, the one having assisted him, that's the sung here, in establishing his tyranny. So the one who helped in establishing his tyranny. And then following on from Durku, see by what sort of pains camptomai I am bent, we've had that before, hoop autu by him. Oceanus replies, Horo, I see it, O Prometheus, kai par ainesai ge, soi thelo talois to kai per ontipoi kiloi. And I wish, in fact, don't forget these little particles, to advise you. So I wish, in fact, to give you advice to you, ta loista, again iota adscript here, in respect of what is best. Kaiper, and the onti's dative, it's agreeing with the soy. So although you understand being, well, sorry, not understand, there's the participle here in the dative. So although you are poikilos, well, this is a wonderful word with a huge range of meanings. It's probably here clever, I think it is, inventive, so on. It's a word with a huge range of different meanings, poikilos, both positive and negative. It can mean clever, intricate, beautifully made. It's often used of tapestries, paintings, and so on. It's just a word with a huge range of meaning. So here it's something like, although you are very clever. Ginoske sauton. Well, this is a variation of the famous saying, Ginothi se auton, know yourself, know thyself. This is just present here, know yourself. Meth hamosai, from meth hamosdo, it means to change or to reform, to correct, dispose yourself differently, all of these sorts of things here. It's got that meta plus hamod, so to fit in a different way. So it's probably something like dispose yourself differently to these new ways. So bend yourself to these new ways, perhaps almost accommodate these new ways. Neos gar kai turanos en theois, for understand there is also a new tyrant among the gods. E dehodi trekes kai tetheg menus logus ripses. So this is ripses, future from ripto, to hurl. But if in this way, hodi, you hurl harsh and literally sharpened words, or cutting words. This is a perfect passive participle from thago, which is a verb meaning to sharpen. So if you hurl in this way, harsh and sharpened, or we might say cutting jibes, sharpened barbs, takan plus the optative. This is idiomatic here. Takan plus the optative means perhaps. You do get takan in Homer, but not with that extended meaning at this stage. It is connected with taka, meaning swift, but this idiom, takaan plus the optative, perhaps. Zeus, pluoi, optative, might hear you. Now the kai is possibly although, Thakone's a participle from thakio, to sit. So although he is sitting far away, higher up, anotero. Although he is sitting higher up, far away. Hostisoi ton oklon paron tomokthon paidianenai dochain. Oklon is a variant reading here. The manuscript reading is cholon, anger. This is a reading of Döderlein, German scholar, and it's been accepted by the editor here. So it means a crowd, perhaps almost a host of troubles. So it's hosty plus infinitive, so that the current host of troubles, literally the current crowd of troubles, will seem to you, anai to be, paidian, we would say child's play, childish. So in other words, the terrible situation you're in now will get much worse if Zeus might hear. It's interesting to note here that Okeanos is rather frightened of Zeus. He says, be careful, that Zeus might hear, and the problems you've got at the moment might seem to you then to be child's play. Al o telopo, come. Allah by itself towards the beginning, often I translate as come. You can just do it as but it has more the sense of come, O wretched one. Aphes, imperative from aphiemi, let go of, the orgas, the anger, that's plural here, the angers which you have, so let go of your anger. Sete, again, is imperative, it's sete, and the epsilons contract, you can see by the accent, it's gone back here. So it's imperative. It would be sete if it was present, if it was indicative. So sete, seek, but seek, apalagas, a separation from these troubles. So seek to be free of these troubles. He continues on, Kea Issos soi phainomai legain tardi. Issos, another one of these perhaps, so perhaps I appear to you to speak these things, archaea, well, perhaps these old-fashioned things, or it could be adverbial in an old-fashioned way. So perhaps I appear to speak to you these things in an old-fashioned way, in an ancient way. Toi auto-mentoi tes agan hupse goru glosses promethu tapikara gignatai. This is from ta epikara, and it's the thing that someone places in your hands, and hence it's your wages or recompense. And it goes with the toi auta here. However, for the mentoi, however, O Prometheus, such is the recompense, or such are the wages, neuter plural singular verb, from an excessively, this is high-speaking tongue, so grandiloquent tongue. This adjective apparently only here. You can see the roots of it, the hupsos and the agero root. So high-speaking tongue, so grandiloquent tongue. So such, O Prometheus, however, are the wages of an excessively grandiloquent tongue. Perhaps we might say grandiloquent speech. Sude, but you, udepo tapenos, you are not yet humble. Ud akes kakois, this is from ako, to yield, nor do you yield to your troubles, or perhaps almost in your troubles. Prostois parousi de alla proslabain theles. You wish proslabain to take in addition to the present one, to your present, understand, ills, it's agreeing with the kakoisi. Other ones. So you do not yield to your troubles, but you wish to add other troubles or other things to your present woes, is the sense of there. Ukun emoi ge chromenos didas kalo, again iota adscript here, proskentra colon ectenes. Now the ukun here, you've got to take that with the get as well, with the emoi ge. And it has the sense of, if you were using me as your teacher, that's the emoi, so making use of me as your teacher, you certainly would not ectenes. This is a future from ecteno, so it's a if you used me as your teacher, you will certainly not stretch forth your colon, your back, to the goads, to the whips. In other words, he's saying, if you do as I tell you, you won't be putting yourself to even further torture. Horon hoti, seeing that monarchos, the monarch, the sole ruler, understand, is trachus, is harsh, nor does he rule thunos. Now this is an interesting word because there was a procedure in Athens, very similar name to this one, where a politician or someone in public office, at the end of their tenure, they had to undergo, they had to give an account of what they had done to make sure there was no crookery went on, and they could be fined and punished if there were. So this is a word meaning liable to account, hence responsible. So nor does he rule as one who has to give an account for his behaviour. So this monarch is harsh, nor does he rule as one who is liable to account. Kai nun ego men aimi kai paresamai eon dunomai tondis seclusai ponon. Now we've got a men, and there's the debt, it's going to be in the next sentence. But now I, Amy, I will go, and I will attempt, eon dunomai, if I am able, I will attempt eklusai, to release you from these troubles. So that's what I will do, and then there's the debt balancing it, but you, hazukazde, imperative here, you keep your mouth shut, so be quiet, nor agan labrostome. This again is another imperative, it's from labrostomeo. Again, it's contracted, as you see by the accent again. So labros means violent. There's a word meaning violent, labros, and stomio is to speak. So to speak violently, to talk boldly, to use violent threats. The agan is excessive. So you keep your mouth shut, nor speak violent threats excessively. Or, and we get a question here, uk ois akribos, do you not know clearly, and it's slightly sarcastic here, own perisophron, being so very clever. We get that peri plus sophron, we get a doubling of the sigma here, probably for the sake of meter. So do you not know, being so very clever, do you not know clearly that Samia punishment pros tributi is inflicted upon, literally is rubbed against, so is inflicted upon, and takes a dative, and we get iota adscript here, a vain tongue. So you be quiet and do not speak so excessively violently. or do you not know clearly, being so very clever, that punishment is inflicted upon a vain tongue? Well, Prometheus now replies, Tselo, and this is not that dissimilar to what he said to the chorus earlier, Tselo se hothunek ektos aitias kures. And we've got problems here. It's got it in daggers. I'll leave you to check the commentaries here. It's an odd line. One way around it to try and get some sense of it is to interpret the chi as chi pair, which you can do in Greek. Chi can sometimes mean chi pair. It does so in Homer from time to time. So I envy you. The hothunek is from hotu plus henika, on account of which reason. So because of which, so it's just really often used in place of hoti. And again, that is I think happens in Homer as well. So I envy you because curio is often used just of you are outside of blame. So you are without blame. Now, if we take the chi's like chi pair, then chi pair takes a participle, and there's our perfect participle here, having dared from tolmao. So although having dared, and then we get another participle, which makes it very odd here, metaskone from meteko to share, sharing all these troubles, emoi with me. So I envy you because you are outside of blame, although you have dared to share all of these troubles with me. The Greek's very strange here, and I leave it to the commentators to discuss it further. Kai nun iason meidi soi melesato. But now leave me be, nor let it be a concern for you. So this is from eao, it's an aorist imperative, and this is another aorist imperative from Amelio. This is third person. So this is second person, this is a third person. Let it not be nor let it be a concern for you. So it's impersonal. Pantosga upeses nin. For you will not persuade nin for auton. You will not persuade him in any way at all for pantos, I think. It entirely, so we take it with the not here. So you will not persuade him at all, for he is not eupithes, not easily persuadable. Paptine de autos me te pemanthes hodoi. And again, note the iota adscripts in the two words here. Paptino means to peek or to look around furtively almost. So it's got the sense here of to watch out, lest you yourself might be made to suffer in some way, and then hodo, well, by your journey, understand here. So you yourself watch out, lest you might be made to suffer in some way by your journey here. And I'll finish the recording at this point, and we'll continue with this in the next recording.